Hi there, my name is Shannon Young, and I will be discussing obesity and sugar-sweetened beverages in New York State using a data summary. Hi there, my name is Shannon Young, and today I'll be talking to you about obesity and sugar-sweetened beverages in New York State using a data summary. In the U.S., there's an obesity prevalence of 41.9% from 2017 to March of 2020. There's also an estimated annual medical cost of obesity in the U.S. of nearly $173 billion in 2019. Obesity affects 100.1 million adults and 14.7 million children in the United States. And if we look specifically at New York State, there's an overweight and obesity rate that has raised from 42% in 1997 to 63.6% in 2021. And almost 1 in 5 children in New York State is obese. A little background on sugar-sweetened beverages. They are the largest source of added sugars in the diets of Americans. And sugar-sweetened beverages contribute over 40% of the daily intake of added sugar for U.S. adults. The data we'll present here today will show the relationship between sugar-sweetened beverage consumption and obesity in New York, and will also show the need for public health interventions to encourage New York residents to increase their consumption of beverages that are not sugar sweetened, such as water. And it will show the additional need for further research as well. Our methods, we use the 2016 Behavioral Risk Factor Surveillance System data, the BREFAST dataset. It's a nationally representative study run by the CDC, and it's cross-sectional. Participants are residents of all 50 states and U.S. territories. The survey is a phone survey with questions to assess health-related risk behaviors, chronic health conditions, and use of preventative services. It includes adults 18 years and above, and all data is self-reported. The sample we used for this study focused on residents of New York, and we took a further subsample where we filtered by body mass index, including only those with a BMI above 18.5 and below 40. This was due to eliminate confounding due to unusual eating habits or other health comorbidities. Okay, methods. The exposure group we looked at was the exposure we were looking at was sugar-sweetened beverage consumption. And there's a list of covariates, basic demographics, and also a few health conditions such as physical activity, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes. For the analysis, we used complex survey weights and applied them to the analysis. And then descriptive statistics were generated for the combined sample by weight status. Simple and multiple linear regression was used to examine the association of sugar-sweetened beverage consumption with BMI, both before and after adjusting for covariates. Assumptions of linear regression were checked using a CPR plot, a residual plot, and a QQ plot. No violations were found. And just as a small note, the Stata statistical software is the software package that was used for the analysis. Okay, so moving on to the results. We have 22,572 participants in this subsample that were used. 32% reported no sugar-sweetened beverage consumption at all, while 28% reported between 1 to 7 drinks per week, and 19% reported more than 7 drinks per week. Across all weight categories, we saw 32% normal weight and 30% obese. For more than 7 drinks per week, we saw 18% normal weight and 21% obese. Now, focusing in specifically on men, we saw that more men were overweight. In the overweight category, we saw 59% were overweight. In the obese category, we saw 52%, and in the normal weight, we saw 42%. Looking at Black participants, 13% were normal weight, while 23% were obese. And focusing on education, we see that college graduates, 41% had a normal weight and 27% were obese. Those with a history of cardiovascular disease, 5% had normal weight, 9% were overweight, and 11% were obese. And those with a history of diabetes, 4% were normal weight, 10% were overweight, and 18% were obese. Okay, so we performed simple and multiple linear regressions. With the crude model, no significant association was found between the reported consumption of less than 1 sugar-sweetened beverage per week or between 1 and 7 sugar-sweetened beverages per week, between that and the BMI. For more than 7 drinks per week, sugar-sweetened beverages, it was associated with an increase of 0.43 units in BMI. And looking at the adjusted model, for 0 to 1 drinks per week, it was associated with an increase of 0.49 units of BMI. For more than 7 drinks per week, it was associated with an increase of 0.47 units BMI. And then we found being female, not of Hispanic ethnicity, and being a college graduate were all associated with the lower BMI. No physical activity in the last 30 days was also associated with an increase of 0.73 units BMI. Conclusions. So in conclusion, we have evidence supporting a relationship between sugar-sweetened beverages and body weight in New York. A higher sugar-sweetened beverage consumption is associated with the higher BMI among the residents of New York, and data suggests avoiding all sugar-sweetened beverages may reduce risk for overweight. So what we propose is that the data suggests avoiding all sugar-sweetened beverages may reduce the risk for overweight. So we propose public health campaigns to promote alternative beverages to sugar-sweetened beverages, such as water. Future research should use dietary data to repeat a similar analysis, but more comprehensively to adjust for other dietary confounders and prospectively examine the relationship of sugar-sweetened beverages with weight gain over time. Here are my references. If you'd like to read through them, you can pause the screen. And thank you very much.